Hey everyone, Samuel from Dino Park Media here. I know it's been forever. I'm a little older, maybe a little bit wiser, but I still kind of feel dumb because I just got done seeing Jurassic World Rebirth. And it's just, well, it made me feel something. I feel something so much that I'm in the place where I feel like I need to say something. And really it comes down to Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm not even gonna try to bury the lead. It is so bad. It is so bad. And you're gonna see reviews out there that say that this movie is better than the last two. That would be Dominion, which is a very low bar, and even Fallen Kingdom. Nah, I don't buy that. So, and I know that this review is probably going to be controversial. Some people are definitely going to disagree with me because they've already made the statement that this is better than Dominion, this is better than Fallen Kingdom. And people are totally entitled to their opinions. But guess what? This is bad. This is so bad. And here's why it's so bad is because if you are a Jurassic World fan, back it up. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, okay? Now, some of you, if you, for some reason, have stuck around all these years, I started this back in 2020, and this channel's been a long time, and no, it was before then. It was before 2020. Wow, this is a long time. So I started this channel a long time ago, okay? And haven't uploaded in many years since 2022 because, or 23, whatever it was, because Dominion really just shut me down as far as my appreciation for the Jurassic films. But if you know me, Jurassic World is a great movie in my opinion. It's not phenomenal. It's not like cinema, right? It's not the original Jurassic Park, but it's my favorite sequel. Even more than Lost World, which is another controversial take. But ultimately, I do like Jurassic World. This movie makes Jurassic World look like stinking Schindler's List. Like pure cinema. I'm not talking about Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is cinema. I'm talking about Jurassic World 2015 looks like stinking Schindler's List compared to Rebirth. And that's because Rebirth is the most corporate schlock I have ever seen in a movie. And I've seen Star Wars projects that are totally corporate. Solo: A Star Wars Story, I just rewatched that recently. I'm like, this is so boring. Just so mediocre and so made in a corporate conference room. I've seen other franchises, I mean, look no further than the Fast and the Furious, where they've gone, right? Universal's painfully aware of the fact that they just have a formula. But the thing with Fast and the Furious is that people go there expecting complete schlock. With Jurassic films, the reason that Dominion bombed so hard, even though it gave you so many dinosaurs, is because it failed in concept so badly in order to try to keep this open-ended idea for more dinosaur stories to happen in the world. But here we are, 2025, right? This is supposed to be 5 years after the whole Dominion story plotline, okay? And this thing, not only is the story the most contrived thing in the world, but it destroys any opportunity for Dominion's platform and concept of dinosaurs are in the world now to even move forward. And also, the story should not have been told because it is so stupid. It is one of the worst stories ever. The fact that David Koepp, the original screenwriter for the first Jurassic Park film in 1993, the 1993 original JP film, David Koepp came back to write this story. And it shows that apparently he didn't know what he was doing. Apparently he just was able to vaguely adapt a book storyline, but then in order to write this movie, and I'm coming across really strong, I know, I'm very strong. That's because this is insultingly stupid. It insults your intelligence, and I know Again, I know this sounds like such a strong statement to make, but it is true. The fact that I, while watching the movie, could just immediately know this is all right, well, this is happening on screen, this is what's going to happen next. Guess what? That's exactly what happened. And it happens again and again and again, because if you've watched Jurassic Park, if you've watched The Lost World Jurassic Park, JP3, if you've watched all of the Jurassic Park films going up to this, yes, there's an expectation that you'll know what to expect, but not like this. This is the epitome of formulaic crap. And I'm so disappointed because I do believe that Jurassic Park as a franchise, which is now Jurassic World franchise, does have a future. I made movies about it with Matt. I've made movies, I've made videos about it with Matt on his channel, Matt Hewell. I've made videos about it had conversations about it with other people on this platform, okay? I do believe that Jurassic has a future, but not like this. Universal is in this Fast and Furious mindset where people just want something. It doesn't have to be good as long as it's something. And that's not correct with Jurassic films. Jurassic films are not in that vein. The Fast and the Furious, the first movie, was a good movie, but it was not a cinematic benchmark like Jurassic Park was. Of course I'm going to say that. It's my favorite movie. But it's true. For CGI and for blockbuster, like for really helping push forward this idea of summer blockbuster films, Jurassic Park, the original one, really was a benchmark for cinema. No, it's not going to be the best movie of all time. It's got a 91%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes, 91, 92%. It's not perfect. But it's pretty much what you are going to the theater for a summer blockbuster. 2015, Jurassic World, I feel like, was able to capture a lot of that. But Rebirth, it insults our intelligence. There's only so many times that people can evade the jaws of a dinosaur before you start rolling your eyes. And the fact that I did that in the first dinosaur attack, or technically the second dinosaur attack in the movie, I was already rolling my eyes and I was already way past the point of being okay with people narrowly escaping death. And this was in the first 45 minutes of the movie. We've got a problem. And the characters, you don't care about them at all. That's another reason why Jurassic Park works. Another reason why Jurassic World works a little bit. Jurassic World's selling point was really the fact that they were able to tell you what the park looks like open, and to tell you the cynical part of that. So I understand that the characters aren't really the huge selling point. Owen Grady was just enough in order to appreciate him, even though he's played by Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt did as much as he could with an empty shell of a character, but Owen Grady, not very much to work with, but he's bare bones in order for you to at least go, like, I can appreciate him. Claire Dearing, again, more characterization and more endearing than Owen Grady even, but still nothing like Alan Grant, nothing like Ian Malcolm, nothing like Ellie Sattler. Those characters, even though you don't tell the whole backstory, you don't tell everything to know about them, what you know about them is enough for you to care about them. Because the storytelling was good. This movie force feeds you exposition on the background of these characters, and these characters are shells. They could be played by anybody. Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, I think I probably butchered his name. I know that Jonathan Bailey's in the movie, and actually he does an okay job. He does the most with what he's given. But ScarJo and Ali, oh my word, they phoned this in so hard. And honestly, as actors, I have respect for them, especially Mahershala Ali as Copperhead Cottonmouth in the Luke Cage series on Netflix, which is now on Disney Plus. Chef's kiss. He's a great actor. I'm not doubting these people's abilities to act, but the ability to care about them. When one character, his entire way of endearing himself to the audience comes from the form of the fakest laughter that you've ever heard. he's just always laughing on screen, and then you're supposed to like care about him because he's smiling. There is a psychological aspect of when people show their teeth, when people are laughing, there's like psychologically they're more endearing. But we the audience should not be seen as so stupid that we can be so easily manipulated by, oh, I'm gonna care about this guy because he seems nice, he's laughing on screen, he's showing vulnerability because he's showing his teeth. No, especially when you force feed stupid exposition in a 5-7 minute scene of ScarJo and him talking together about their tragic backstory. Don't see it, don't understand it, just, hey, it's there, so we should care. It's so bad. So hastily written. This whole movie just feels like it was put forth in the Universal Studios, in the Universal Studios conference room. A bunch of executives go, listen, we need to make dinosaurs. We need to make a dinosaur movie. Put the dinosaurs out there. People love dinosaurs. But sir, Dominion didn't do well. Doesn't matter. Dinosaurs. But the thing is, we are now in 2025 where independent filmmakers could make this movie and do it better. To the point where the acting was subpar. Again, nothing against the actors, but they phoned it in because they were given nothing to work with. Except for, once again, Jonathan Bailey. I think he went above and beyond in order to at least give you something with his character, a little bit of quirkiness. But ScarJo and Mahershala Ali, the fact that you can't care anything about them is crazy. The dinosaurs, most of them looked great. The T-Rex, I will give this as a huge prop to the movie. The T-Rex looked amazing. And the fact that they added in that river raft scene from the original Jurassic Park book in this movie, it's cool. But that's literally the only reason that it exists, is because, hey, Jurassic fans, you know that scene that was in the book by Michael Crichton? Listen, we're gonna honor Michael Crichton by putting it in this movie, even though it has really no place, and it just kind of happens. And honestly, the way that it happens is so forced and stupid, and it made my wife go like, what are these people doing? Like that kind of crap. But hey, it's there. But the T-Rex looked cool. The fact that they had the river raft scene, it did something inside of me, nostalgic wise, but that's it. In most of the Jurassic films, they usually try to use the original John Williams score, that da 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 da. They try to use that in such a way to pull on your heartstrings. Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Dominion, all three did that gratuitously. But it's done here, and it's actually misused. Like, if you wanted to actually milk the nostalgia train to the point where I would have rolled my eyes and everything like that, they would have played the songs at a different point. But they waited too long. They did their own original soundtrack thing. In the original soundtrack of this movie, it's not bad. The person that did it, like, you can tell that they're talented, but it does not make any sense in this movie. It does not feel Jurassic. It feels like there was some copyright-free music on the internet that they found and then applied to different parts of the movie that felt vaguely Jurassic. But to me, there's moments where I'm like, that doesn't sound Jurassic at all. But there's other moments where I'm like, okay, it feels like Chasing the Dragons a little bit, the up tempo, for action, or they're adding in some like piano bits, but it's so vague. It's like when I'm looking for background music for my old videos for YouTube, looking online for copyright-free music that's vaguely Jurassic. That, I feel like the stuff that I found was better than what they put in Rebirth. Again, nothing to discredit the composer, because the music itself, it was good, but it was not for this movie. But then when they do add the John Williams soundtrack, right, it's just so out of place. It's like, dude, you should have played this. Like, if you're trying to get me to feel nostalgic about this moment, you should have played this 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes prior in the scene, not right now. It's so poorly put together. And the extra dinosaurs that they do, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a huge spoiler. Okay, so spoiler alert. But there are no raptors in this movie except for one moment where they are blurry, out of focus. in the background to then be killed by a new mutant dinosaur, the Mutodon, to make it seem like it's scarier and bigger and it can take out raptors, right? But it's all done in the background, blurry, out of focus, for a gag. So the only time that we get raptors in this movie, they're out of focus, they're getting killed, and it's for a stupid joke gag about peeing. I kid you not, a stupid gag joke about a dude urinating. Cheap laugh. And I didn't laugh because I knew from the moment that everything was happening and they weren't transitioning out of that scene. Honestly, if it was a different movie and it was a different scene, or it would have got raptors later, maybe I could have appreciated what Gareth Edwards was doing with the cinematography in that moment, because I think that there was actually something, like, it on paper, this was executed well. In practice, in the movie, it's so stupid. And the fact that they got rid of the raptors, there's no raptors in the movie except for this out of focus, behind the person, out of focus in the background, action happening. It's so dumb and it's so wasted because they're trying to replace the raptors with mutodons, but the mutodons are terrible because, and here's why. First of all, they look stupid. They look like giant robins running around with teeth. Okay? Robin as in the bird, not Batman Robin, but robins, giant like sparrows running around with teeth. Stupid. They look bad. And then number two, the only thing that's different is that they can fly. They fly now? Yes, they fly. But nothing unique is done with that. There's no scenes where, like, one of the characters are like taken up by the Mutodon and they're flying through somewhere. Like in JP3, the Pteranodons were introduced and provided it had a beautiful set piece in order for them to show off their iconic part of the movie, which is flying around, and then you have different flying elements, verticality, in order to complement the dinosaur threat that was the Pteranodons in that moment. I know that Pteranodons are not dinosaurs specifically, but you know what I mean. Avian monsters in that moment. But what happens? These Mutodons just fly in, and then they're crawling around the entire time. There might as well be raptors. The raptors would have been cooler. They would have been scarier because they look scarier, rather than giant bird chickens. Bird chickens is so redundant, but just like giant chickens running around with teeth. It's so stupid. And then the D-Rex, it's fine. It's just fine. It looks like a gorilla T-Rex. There's not much else that we can say about it. CGI is really bad at some points. Some points it does look fine. The T-Rex, admittedly, was good, but there's a moment when they're like trying to get Quetzalcoatlus DNA, and before they go down into this canyon, it's just so obviously a giant green screen area, and it looks so bad. This movie was the ultimate phone-in for the Jurassic franchise. So this is where I'm going to end it. This is insultingly stupid. I turned to my wife in the theater and said, in the first 45 minutes of the movie, this is insultingly stupid. Why? Because it was predictable to the max. And I haven't even talked about the villain. I'm not going to talk about the bad guy, except for the fact that it's, once again, the most canned bad guy, the most, let's make him as bad and slimy as possible in order for you to hate him and for him to get his comeuppance. This movie is so bad. And here's why. And here's why this is my least favorite. Worse than JP3. I feel like JP3 did the family thing. I didn't even talk about the family because they're so bad. I feel like JP3 did the family dynamic better than this movie. I feel like Fallen Kingdom did the we need to go to back to the island for vague dinosaur reasons better than this movie. I feel like the bad guy was done so much better in The Lost World, and the motivations so much better in The Lost World than this freaking movie. This movie did not need to exist. And here's why I'm so angry, is because Jurassic Park and Jurassic World as a franchise totally has a future. People are saying that it's now tired out, that this movie is evidence that we need to just shut down the entire franchise. And they're wrong. But here's why. They're wrong because there's place for Jurassic to go, and it's not in the future. They obviously can't do anything because Dominion screwed up all the goodwill that Fallen Kingdom had, and then this movie screwed up any goodwill that Dominion might have left us. The future is not the place for dinosaurs. The past is. We need to go back to Isla Nublar, fresh off of the events of Jurassic Park. We need to go back to Isla Sorna after the events of JP3. We need to go back to the original trilogy. And I know that sounds like such an old man in that mindset, but here's why. Jurassic World 2015 was the only movie that worked, and it really truly worked in this era. And why? Because it showed the park open. That's really it. The characters were not that good. They were fine. They were decent enough. But obviously, Fallen Kingdom and Dominion showed that they really didn't have enough gas for 3 movies. Jurassic World 2015 showed the park open, and it showed a little bit extra with mutant dinosaurs. But now that is played out so bad. Jurassic Park originally had a great concept, and then we felt it with the Lost World. And Jurassic Park 3 had elements of greatness, but then in all of its rewrites, it got thrown away. It got thrown to the wayside. We need to ditch the formula of mission, BA, main character, and some kid. We need to get rid of that formula. That's literally been a part of the story for all 7 movies. There's some BA main character, there's some mission that needs to be accomplished, and there's some child that somehow gets wrapped into all the danger in order for us to get our heartstrings tugged at. Ditch that formula, go to all mercenary, all ambiguous characters. I know they're trying to make ScarJo and Mahershala Ali like these, like they're mercenaries, so they're ambiguous in their feelings, right? Like they're ambiguous in their motivations. They're not necessarily good guys. Spoiler alert, they are. And the movie is unapologetically trying to make you think that they're good guys too. Go to somewhere, go back to somewhere, Isla Nublar or Sorna, with mercenaries that from the beginning of the movie, you're like, you know what, these are not good guys. But then by the end of the movie, maybe there's motivation like, I'm not a good guy, but I'm trying to take care of my kid who's at home, not here. Don't put them in the movie. Maybe a picture of them. I'm trying to make this, do this one single job in order to get back to my kid at home. And then he has a reason to survive. You have a reason to root for him. But his motivations, like he does bad stuff, and now he's on this island with a bunch of other bad guys. Do something like that. There is a future for this franchise. We need to get Dimorphodon. No, not Dimorphodons. Excuse me, not Dimorphodons. I can't think of the dinosaur's name right now. But shoot. Yep, I can't remember the name of the dinosaur. There's so many more dinosaurs though that we can get involved with. We can go back to the JP3 Spinosaurus. That is not accurate, but it's still cool. We can go back to make the Dilophosaurus scary again. The Troodon, okay? Troodon would be an amazing scary dinosaur. Deinonychus, right? Utah Raptor, which technically I think it's the Utah Raptor that's actually in this movie for, a brief second in the background that's blurred out in the background. It's not the Velociraptors. But all that to say, there's more that can be done. But the Jurassic World team, first of all, there's nobody handling that story over there. They're just throwing things together, throwing things at the wall, and trying to see what works. You were at the point where you know what works, or at least the audience knows what works. We know what works. I don't know why you think you can just go off and do something stupid. The fact that you wasted Gareth Edwards, David Koepp, Scarlett Johansson, which I don't think that she should have been involved with this project, period, at all anyway, because she really took a lot of attention away and made people like me skeptical from the beginning. You wasted Jonathan Bailey. You wasted Mahershala Ali on this stupid movie. Universal, shame on you. I mean, for real. You really screwed up. This is a terrible movie. And I know I'm to sound like a guy who yells at cloud right now. I get it. But I haven't made a video in 2 years. Maybe, no, 1 year. It's been over a year. I haven't made a video in over a year, and I have to come out of retirement, if you will. It's like, it's just been too busy, and I feel like I don't have anything to add, and Dominion really sucked the air out of my sails, as it were, when it comes to my Jurassic affinity. Jurassic Park's still my favorite movie. Jurassic World is still up there for me. But man, I'm just feeling like, if Universal doesn't care, why do I? In order to make extra videos. But this is why I care. I care because you're never going to make another Jurassic World film again if you continue to destroy the goodwill of the fans. So, that's what I gotta say. If you watch this all the way through, thank you. God bless you. And, yeah. Rebirth is just... I'm not even going to buy it on Blu-ray. I bought Dominion because I was like, I need to collect the whole set. I'm beyond that now. I have officially Rise of Skywalkered the Jurassic franchise at this point. That was the first movie that I did not buy from... The first thing I did not buy in order to own on physical, Rise of Skywalker, out of the Star Wars movies. Solo, Rogue One, which I actually like Rogue One. But even Last Jedi I own, but I don't own Rise of Skywalker. Rebirth is going to be the first one for me that I don't own. And I don't care to own. It sucks to say it. Thanks for watching. God bless. Know you are loved.